Welcome everyone. Today's set overview video is on the OCG Exclusives of Judgment of the Light.
The first of the OCG Exclusives is the Atmosphere. It is a winged beast effect monster level 8 with 1000 attack and 800 defense.
Its effect is cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 monsters you control and 1 monster from your graveyard. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card. You can only equip 1 monster at a time to this card with this effect. This card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of that equipped monster. Using cards like Rescue Rabbit or Box of Friends can be used to easily get out 2 monsters to help meet the summoning requirements of this card. This card's effect can be used to get over many protection effects since it does not destroy the monster, it only equips it and gains its attack and defense. It does target though, so protection from targeting effects will still prevent this card from working on the protected monster.
Cards like Giant Germ and Nibble Manga can almost instantly fulfill this card's summoning requirements when the first of the 3 is destroyed. As you can only have 1 monster equipped at a time, you can use Release Restraint Wave to get rid of the current equip, as well as all your opponent's spells and traps, and then equip a new monster. And next we have Junk Blader. It is an Earth Warrior effect monster level 4 with 1800 attack and 1000 defense.
Its effect is you can banish 1 junk monster from your graveyard. This card gains 400 attack until the end phase. This card can be combined with Junk Servant to make a first turn Xyz play. This card can easily get 200 attack in order to get over many other level 4 counterparts.
This card is also the strongest non-synchro target for the effect of Junk Berserker, allowing you to significantly lower your opponent's monster's attack without as much of a cost as if you had used one of your synchro monsters. It is also possible to use this card's effect multiple times in 1 turn, and this could be used to set up an incredibly powerful return from the different dimension play. And the next of the OCG exclusives is Coach Captain Bearman. It is a Fire Beast Warrior effect monster level 8 with 2600 attack and 2700 defense.
Its effect is you can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 1300. Once per turn, you can make all level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters you currently control become level 8 until the end phase. This card cannot be used as an Xyz material for an Xyz summon except for the Xyz summon of a Fire Warrior type monster. Bearman can be combined with Fire Formation Tensu in order to bring out multiple Beast Warrior monsters in 1 turn, and as long as it is a level 4 Beast Warrior, Bearman can use its effect to change the other Beast Warrior monsters to level 8. In turn, the other Beast Warriors, can be used for a rank 8 Xyz monster.
It is easy to forget amidst this card's Xyz summoning restriction and Wolfbark's effect dealing with fire monsters, that this card's effect to raise levels can work on any level 4 Beast Warrior, allowing this card to be used in other kinds of Beast Warrior decks, such as Bujins or Phantom Beasts, to allow for summonings of rank 8 Xyz. And next we have Coach Soldier Wolfbark. It is a Fire Beast Warrior effect monster level 4 with 1600 attack and 1200 defense.
Its effect is, you can target 1 level 4 Fire Beast Warrior type monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. You can only use the effect of Coach Soldier Wolfbark once per turn. If this card is on the field at the same time as Coach Captain Bearman, it can be used to bring out another level 4 Beast Warrior type monster. This will allow you to use Bearman's effect and make a rank 8 Xyz play with 3 materials for Coach King Giant Trainer.
Aside from itself, Firefist monsters, and a couple of the Fire Kings, this card can resummon Rhinotaurus, Prominence Molten Swordsman, or Gladiator Beast Laquari. This card could also be used with Brotherhood of the Firefist Boar to easily synchro summon a Crimson Blader or Brotherhood of the Firefist Kieran. And next we have Brotherhood of the Firefist Rooster. It is a Fire Beast Warrior effect monster level 3 with 1500 attack and 100 defense.
Its effect is, when this card is special summoned by the effect of a Firefist monster, you can add 1 Firefist monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Brotherhood of the Firefist Rooster once per turn. Once per turn, you can send 1 face-up Fire Formation spell or trap card you control to the graveyard, set 1 Fire Formation spell or trap directly from your deck. Firefist monsters that can be used to special summon this card include Brotherhood of the Firefist Dragon, Spirit, Horse Prince, and Tiger King. This will allow you to search out other Firefist monsters depending on what you want.
The other advantage of this card is that you can use this card to exchange your current Fire Formations for new ones, remembering that spell cards, aside from quick play spells, can be activated the turn they are set, so you can activate many of the common Fire Formations immediately. And next we have Fire King Avatar Yaksha. It is a Fire Beast Warrior effect monster, level 4, with 1800 attack and 200 defense.
Its effect is, if a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can destroy one card in your hand or that you control. You can only use this effect of Fire King Avatar Yaksha once per turn. Yaksha is one of the most useful Fire King monsters, since if any Fire King monster is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Circle of the Fire Kings will allow you to destroy one fire monster you control and replace it with another from your graveyard. When this happens, you can activate Yaksha's effect and special summon it from the hand if the monster destroyed was a Fire King monster.
This card can also be used to destroy other monsters that have effects that happen when destroyed, but are harder to summon, such as Yubel, the Wicked Eraser, or Earthbound Immortal Kakaraya, all of which will result in their effects activating, as none require being destroyed on the field. And the next monster we have is Fishboard Archer. It is a water fish tuner effect monster, level 3, with 300 attack and 300 defense.
Its effect is, if this card is in your graveyard and you control no monsters during either of your main phases, you can discard one water monster, special summon this card from your graveyard, but destroy all monsters you control at the beginning of this turn's battle phase, except for water monsters. You can only use the effect of Fishboard Archer once per turn. Fishboard Archer can be combined very well with Atlantean monsters, such as Atlantean Marksman, to target and destroy a set card your opponent controls, or Atlantean Dragoons to add a different Sea Serpent type monster to your hand.
This card's downside is fairly easily avoided, the most obvious way being to only summon water monsters during the turn you activate this card. Alternatively, you can use this card during the main phase too, such as if your opponent used Mirror Force and wiped your field, as you cannot enter the battle phase or main phase 2 without a monster, or simply not conduct your battle phase that turn, going straight from the main phase 1 to the end phase. This effect is also still applied even if this card is not on the field, so using it to synchro summon will not avoid its destruction effect. And next we have Fencing Fire Ferret. It is a Fire Beast effect monster level 4 with 1700 attack and 600 defense.
Its effect is, when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. This card is a great first turn set because whether it is destroyed by a card effect or battle, as long as it is sent to the graveyard, you will be able to destroy an opponent's monster and deal 500 damage. Additionally, you can destroy it in order to activate its effect, so activating Circle of the Fire King will allow you to destroy your opponent's monster and get a different fire monster onto the field.
Other good cards to use to ultimately destroy this card include Wild Nature's Release, Super Rush Recklessly, or Diamond Direwolf, all of which will allow you to tackle more than one monster through using this card's effect. And next we have Kujaku Jackal. It is a Winged Beast effect monster level 3 with 1200 attack and 900 defense.
Its effect is, if this card on the field is tributed and sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 4 or lower wind monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Kujaku Jackal. You can only use the effect of Kujaku Jackal once per turn. Kujaku Jackal can be used to recycle wind monsters from your graveyard or search out wind monsters from your deck, giving more consistency, as long as this card is tributed for its effect to activate. An example of this card's use is to tribute this card for a Cyber Dragon and search out a Mecha Phantom Beast monster from your deck.
This card can also work with Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi to both return an opponent's card to the bottom of their deck and get a new wind monster in exchange. And finally, we have Madolche Chocolates. It is an Earth Beast effect monster level 3 with 800 attack and 1500 defense.
Its effect is, when this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to your graveyard, shuffle this card into the deck. Once per turn, when the battle position of a Madolche monster or monsters you control is changed and is now face up, while this card is face up on the field, except during the damage step, you can target one monster on the field, change it to face up defense position, and if you do, unless it is a Madolche monster, it cannot attack, also its effects are negated. This card can be combined with the likes of Curse of the Fiend or Zero Gravity in order to negate a monster's effect and prevent it from attacking.
Another good card to continuously use this card's effect is Stumbling, causing any monster you summon to immediately switch to defense mode and activating this card. This card can also counter Photon Pappy Operative, as you could simply switch your weakened Madolche back to defense position. Another important thing is that both this card and the Madolche that is switching position need to end up face up, so be wary of cards like Book of Moon throwing a wrench into this play.
Welcome to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave your comments below on any of your thoughts on these cards or anything on the video in particular, and we will see you for the next video. Bearman can... What am I even trying to say?
Can.
Can.